In our previous video, we looked at how to search for software packages from the default Debian repositories. And just to recap what we did, we saw that to search for packages, you use the command apt search, then followed by package name. So for example, to search if a package called bashtop exists, you would write or run the command apt search bashtop and hit enter. So this is the output we got, and here we can confirm that bashtop is available, and we can see a brief description of the package. Okay, now in this lecture we are going to go a step further and see how to install software from the default repository using the APT Package Manager. And to do so, we use the command sudo apt install, then package name, where package name is the name of the package. But before we do so, it's always recommended to update the local package index. And to do so, we run the command sudo apt update and hit enter. So once the package index is updated, the next step is to install the package. So here I'm going to install bashtop, which as you have seen is a real-time resource monitor. And to do so, I'll run the command sudo apt install bashtop and hit enter. So as you can see now, you get the following information on your terminal. So here you can see we are installing bashtop, and these are the dependencies it's coming with. And here you can see the suggested packages, and down below you can see the summary. So to continue, I'll just press Y and hit enter. And we are done. So the installation of bashtop is complete. Now you can search for the package using the command apt list installed, then you pipe the output to grep. So here we are going to see apt list, then installed. So here we are going to pipe the output, as we have said, to grep, then search for the name of the package, in this case bashtop, and hit enter. Okay, so as you can see on this line, bashtop has been installed. The other way you can do so is using the dpkg package manager. So run the command dpkg with the -l option. So once again, we are going to pipe the output to grep with the -i option. So -i ignores case sensitivity. Then we'll search for bashtop like that, and as you can see, we get this output here. So we have installed bashtop 0.9.25 as we saw here. Okay, and here you also get a brief description. Now you can also install multiple packages on the same command line by listing the package names as arguments. So for example, in this case, I'm going to install the Apache web server and memcached in-memory database. Okay, so I'm going to run the command sudo apt install apache 2, and then I'm going to install also memcached. Okay, now you can add the -y flag. So -y allows you to install the packages without interacting with the terminal. So this is used for non-interactive installation, as we are going to see. So here I'm going to press enter, and as you can see now, the installation progresses without being asked or prompted to press Y, and that's why exactly we passed this flag here. Okay, so this command here, you can see it's installing Apache 2 and the memcached package. So here you get the summary of the dependencies, suggested packages, and the summary. So as you can see, the installation is complete. Now let's go over and check for the installation of the packages. So once again, I'll run the command apt list installed. Then I'm going to pipe the output to grep. Then I'm going to search for Apache 2 and hit enter. So as you can see, here we get a bunch of output, and the reason you're seeing all this output is because Apache comes with multiple packages and dependencies installed, and this is what you can see on your screen. Okay, so this is one way of doing it, and like we saw earlier, you can also use the dpkg package manager. So here I'm going to search for Apache 2 and hit enter, and once again this is the output you get. So as you can see, we have installed Apache 2.4 1.65. Okay, let's also search for memcached. So here I'm going to specify memcached. So here I'm going to say memcached and hit enter. So as you can see now, we have installed memcached 1.6.38. Also, you can use the DPKG package manager. So here I'll say memcached and hit enter. And once again, we can confirm memcached is installed. And as you can see, this is the version and a brief description. So this is a high performance in-memory object caching system. Okay, so that's how you install a package from the default repositories using the APT Package Manager. So in our next section, I'm going to demonstrate how to uninstall the packages using the APT Package Manager. In our previous section, we looked at how to install software using the APT Package Manager. And now in this section, we're going to look at how to uninstall or remove software from your system. And to do so, we use the command sudo apt remove package name. So for example, to remove a package called bashtop, all you need to do is to run the command sudo apt remove, then bashtop, and hit enter. So as you can see here, you get the following output. So the following packages are automatically installed and are no longer required. So use sudo apt auto remove to remove them. Okay. So once we have removed this package here, we are going to run sudo apt auto remove to clean up our system, since these packages are no longer required by the system. Okay. So here you get a summary of what you are going to have after removing the package. So we are going to free about 259 kilobytes. So to continue, once again, I'll press Y and hit enter. And that is done. Now, as we said, we are going to free up some disk space. So we are going to run this command here. So all I need to do is to just copy and paste it here. So I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so as you can see, this is removing the following packages. So to continue, I'll press Y and hit enter. And as you can see now, the additional packages that are no longer required have been removed. Okay, now to confirm whether we have removed the package, what you're going to do is to check the package version. So I'm going to run the command dpkg-l, then search for bashtop like that and hit enter. So as you can see, we have successfully removed bashtop. Alright, so once again, you can also remove multiple packages at a go by specifying them on the command line. So here I'm going to run the command sudo apt remove. So I'm going to remove the Apache web server, okay, as well as memcached. Okay, and you can also pass the -y option for non-interactive uninstallation. So I'm going to hit enter. So as you can see, the uninstallation is underway, and you can use this command to remove the packages that are no longer needed. Okay, so here once again, I'm going to run this command and paste it there. So I'm going to say sudo apt auto remove. So I'm going to type Y and hit enter. Okay, now let's check whether Apache has successfully been removed. So I'm going to run dpkg-l, then grep, then Apache 2. Now this time around, you can see that we still get some output showing the version of Apache. And also if we run memcached, so if we search for memcached, you can see that we are still getting the version of memcached. And the reason this is happening is because the apt remove command does not remove all the files associated with a package that has a systemd service running. So once we install Apache and memcached, these packages create a systemd service. Okay, so this creates the Apache web server, and this creates the memcached caching service. Okay, so to remove everything, including all the associated files, we run the command sudo apt purge followed by the package name. Okay, so as it is, we still have some configuration files for Apache 2 web server and memcached, and just to confirm this, I'm going to search for the packages. I'm going to search for the configuration files for Apache 2 web server. So I'm going to search for the packages in the etc directory, and more specifically the Apache 2 directory. So as you can see here, this is the default Apache configuration file. Okay, and these are the other subdirectories containing configuration files. Now I can also search for the existence of the memcached configuration file. So it's also in the etc directory. So here I'm going to say grep -i memcached. So here you can see in the etc directory we have the memcached configuration file. Okay, now as you said, to remove everything including the configuration files and user data, we use the sudo apt purge command. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we are going to run sudo apt purge followed by the package name, in this case Apache 2, then memcached, and hit enter. So this is removing Apache 2 and memcached, and take note of this wildcard symbol. So this means it will remove everything. Okay, so instead of saying sudo apt remove Apache 2 or memcached, all you need to do is to say sudo apt purge Apache 2 and memcached to remove everything including the configuration files. So here I'm going to say Y and hit enter. So as you can see, it's purging the configuration files for Apache 2, purging configuration files for memcached. Okay, now let's check the existence of the configuration files. So once again, I'm going to search for the configuration files for Apache. And as you can see, previously we had all these files and subdirectories, but in this time around we only have 2 subdirectories. So the configuration files directly linked to the Apache 2 web server have been deleted. Okay, so also we can search for memcached, and as you can see, this time around we get no output because the memcached configuration file has been removed. Okay, also we can check the version. So let's check the version for the Apache web server. So once again, as you can see now, this is now appears different. Okay, also we can check for memcached. So here we can say memcached and hit enter. So now also you can see we don't get the output for the memcached caching server. Okay, and that's it guys for this lecture. So in this video we looked at how to install software from the default repository using the APT Package Manager, and we also went a step further and saw how to check if the packages are installed as well as how to remove them. And that's it guys for this video. See you in the next video.